Why you sometimes need longer screws when realigning door hinges is simple. Longer screws reach the framing behind the jamb and dramatically increase the hinge's holding power. A hinge fastened only into the door jamb's thin face will pull out under repeated stress, so the practical fix is to replace the short screws with 2.5-inch general-purpose screws that penetrate the stud or framing behind the jamb. Start by removing the hinge screws and align the door where you want it. Then insert the longer screws through the hinge plate into the jamb and drive them until snug but not overdriven to avoid stripping. Use a pilot hole when working with hardwood framing to prevent splitting. Drill a hole slightly smaller than the screw shank and then drive the screw fully. If the screw threads are not biting into solid wood because of decayed or oversized holes, use longer screws that reach fresh structural wood or add a wooden shim behind the hinge to take the load. For doors that swing frequently or carry extra weight like storm doors, choose heavy-duty wood screws with coarse threads and full-length engagement in framing so the screw withdrawal strength is maximized. Tighten incrementally and test the door swing between screws to ensure the door pulls squarely to the jamb without binding. Homeowners often make 3 common mistakes: using screws that are too short so the fastener only grips the jamb face, which allows the hinge to rip out over time; relying on just one long screw while leaving the others short, which creates uneven load transfer; and driving screws without pilot holes in hardwood, which splits the framing, reducing holding power. Fix the first by replacing all hinge screws with 2.5-inch general purpose or heavy-duty screws so each hinge fastener reaches the stud. Correct the second by making all hinge screws consistent in length so the load is shared evenly across the hinge plate. Prevent the third by drilling pilot holes sized just under the screw shank and then driving screws slowly to avoid splitting and stripping, or use longer screws that engage deeper, undamaged wood. We run bighomeprojects.com to help homeowners find trusted local contractors and to help contractors find work, offering project listings and contractor profiles that connect both sides. We also host a discussion community so users can ask questions, share experiences, and get practical advice about hinge reinforcement and other home projects.